You can understand English, but when you try to speak, it doesn't sound like you. Your sentences feel basic, repetitive, and far from the advanced level you want. You've watched lessons, memorized vocabulary, even practiced listening, yet you're still stuck below that C1 level. Why? Because no one has trained you to actually use English in a natural, advanced way. In this video, you're going to do exactly that. You'll train your ears, upgrade your vocabulary, and practice real, high-level sentence patterns that help you express yourself clearly, confidently, and fluently. So stay with me until the end, because this is the kind of practice that finally breaks you out of the intermediate plateau. Today's session is centered on developing a lexicon that helps you sound articulate, self-assured, and natural in your day-to-day interactions. We're going to delve into idioms, phrases, and structures that advanced speakers use intuitively. Whether you're engaged in casual chat, drafting formal correspondence, or articulating intricate concepts, an advanced vocabulary is the key to unlocking both fluency and poise. By the end of this video, you will not only grasp how to employ advanced language in various settings, but you'll also get step-by-step practice with me. This ensures the material sticks and becomes a natural part of your own speaking style. Before we dive in, please subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so you never miss another opportunity to level up your English. So, get comfortable, relax, and feel free to grab a pen and notebook to jot down the phrases we'll be covering together. Let's embark on this journey towards C1 fluency. Now, when we discuss reaching that C1 benchmark, it's not simply about memorizing obscure terms from a dictionary. It's about understanding how to use language naturally, contextually, and confidently. For instance, consider the difference between saying, "I am very tired," and "I am completely exhausted." They share the same meaning, yet the latter sounds more potent, sophisticated, and natural at an advanced level. As you listen, I'd like you to shadow me, which means repeating what I say with clarity and pace. This technique is excellent for internalizing the rhythm, pronunciation, and usage of high-level phrases. Let's try it out. I am very tired. Now, repeat after me. I am completely exhausted. Great. Do you see the nuance? At the C1 level, subtle shifts like this make your English sound more polished and precise. Consider another example. Rather than saying, "The movie was very good," you could say, "The movie was absolutely brilliant." Or instead of, "She is very smart," you might say, "She is remarkably intelligent." Notice how these stronger adjectives elevate your speech. It's not about arrogance, it's about adding variety and accuracy to your self-expression. Let's try a quick exercise. Imagine you're describing a recent trip. A standard sentence would be, "The place was very beautiful." At a C1 level, you might instead say, "The place was breathtakingly beautiful." Repeat that after me slowly. The place was breathtakingly beautiful. Perfect. Can you feel how that sentence creates a more vivid picture for the listener? At this level, fluency also entails being able to convey your thoughts in multiple ways. For example, instead of just saying "I don't know," you could say, "I'm not entirely sure," or "I can't say with certainty." These variations not only sound more advanced but also come across as more professional and polite in various scenarios. Let's go through another round of practice. Repeat after me. I'm not entirely sure. Once more, I can't say with certainty. Now, consider a daily scenario. Perhaps a colleague or peer asks you a challenging question. Rather than just staying quiet, these phrases will provide the assurance you need to respond naturally. We also need to cover connectors, as the ability to link your ideas smoothly is a hallmark of true C1 fluency. Terms like moreover, nevertheless, consequently, and on the other hand allow your sentences to flow in a way that sounds native-like. For instance, I was tired, nevertheless, I completed the project on schedule, or, she studied hard, consequently, she passed with flying colors. Now, repeat after me slowly, I was tired. Nevertheless, I finished the project on time. She studied hard. Consequently, she passed with excellent marks. These are the types of constructions that will assist you in both writing and speaking as you strive for advanced fluency. As we progress, try to visualize real-life interactions where these terms might fit. Think about a job interview, an academic discussion, or just chatting with friends. Using advanced language naturally in these moments is what builds your confidence and helps you transition from an intermediate to an advanced speaker. For practice, try discussing your weekend using just one advanced connector. For example, I wanted to stay in, on the other hand, my friends persuaded me to go out. Repeat that sentence after me. Good. Now, formulate your own version in your head and say it aloud. This is the way to practice advanced English daily, by taking simple scenarios and upgrading the language with a more sophisticated vocabulary and smoother transitions. Remember, mastering advanced English isn't a race. It's about practicing at a steady pace, repeating often, and allowing new terminology and structures to integrate into your natural speech. That is why this masterclass is designed to go step by step, building your vocabulary, refining your pronunciation, and using everyday examples that you can apply immediately to your conversations. A major factor that differentiates C1 level speakers from others is their knack for selecting the right word for the right situation. It's not purely about the number of words you know, it's about precision. For example, rather than simply saying, "He said something," an advanced learner might opt for, "He remarked," "He commented," or "He pointed out." Each choice slightly shifts the nuance. This is precisely what gives your English that polished, advanced quality. Let's practice this. Repeat after me slowly. "He remarked that the meeting was too long." Now, another, "He commented on the presentation design." And one more, "He pointed out a mistake in the report." Do you see how each version conveys a different shade of meaning? That is vocabulary in action, the art of choosing the perfect word to express exactly what you intend. Another essential area at the C1 level is mastering idiomatic expressions. Native speakers rely on idioms so fluidly that their conversations feel more colorful and dynamic. For instance, instead of saying, "I'm very nervous," you could say, "I have butterflies in my stomach." Instead of, "It was easy," you could say, "It was a piece of cake." Instead of, "Stop wasting time," you might say, "Stop beating around the bush." Let's practice these together. Repeat after me, "I have butterflies in my stomach." "It was a piece of cake." "Stop beating around the bush." These are expressions you can integrate into your daily conversations immediately. Imagine telling a friend before an exam, "I have butterflies in my stomach." That immediately gives your English a more advanced, natural feel. Now, let's pivot to advanced ways of expressing agreement and disagreement. At lower levels, students often rely on, "I agree" or "I don't agree," but at the C1 level, you can expand this range. For example, instead of "I agree," try, "I couldn't agree more, that's absolutely true," or "I see your point, and I share the same opinion." Instead of "I don't agree," you might say, "I'm afraid I can't share that view, that's not quite how I see it," or "I beg to differ." Let's practice these. Repeat after me, "I couldn't agree more." "That's absolutely true." "I beg to differ." "That's not quite how I see it." Great. Now, picture yourself in a classroom discussion or at work where you need to respond firmly yet politely. These phrases give you the assurance to express yourself clearly without sounding overly direct or simplistic. Fluency is also dependent on your ability to tell stories. At an advanced level, learners are expected to add detail, utilize descriptive language, and build interest when they explain events. Let's take a simple sentence, "I went to the park yesterday." At C1, you might say, "Yesterday, I spent a peaceful afternoon at the park, soaking in the fresh air and observing families enjoying the sunshine." Notice the difference? The second sentence paints a picture, it gives the listener something to visualize. Let's practice together. Repeat after me slowly, "Yesterday, I spent a quiet afternoon at the park, soaking in the fresh air and observing families enjoying the sunshine." Excellent. Now, consider a basic daily task like cooking dinner or grocery shopping. Try to expand your sentence with descriptive details or emotions. That's how you progress from B2 to C1, by making your language more vivid and expressive. We should also work on transitions, as advanced speakers use them constantly to guide their listener. For example, to begin with, in addition, as a result, in contrast, on the whole. These small phrases help your speech sound structured and seamless. Let's practice some of them. To begin with. In addition. As a result. On the whole. Very good. Next time you describe your day or offer an opinion, try to include a couple of these transitions to connect your ideas more naturally. Here's a brief practice exercise. Imagine you're describing your morning routine. A basic version might be, I woke up. I had breakfast. I went to work. But an advanced version could be, to begin with, I woke up early to prepare for the day. In addition, I had a healthy breakfast, which gave me energy. As a result, I felt productive and ready to handle my work tasks. Repeat this after me slowly and observe how those transitions guide the narrative smoothly. At the C1 level, your vocabulary should also enable you to express emotions and opinions with subtlety. Instead of simply saying, I like it, you might say, I find it fascinating, I really appreciate it, or I'm genuinely impressed. Instead of, I don't like it, you could say, it doesn't really appeal to me, or I'm not particularly fond of it. These softer, more nuanced expressions are a hallmark of advanced communication. Let's practice. Repeat after me, I find it fascinating. I really appreciate it. It doesn't really appeal to me. I'm not particularly fond of it. Excellent. These phrases will help you sound more natural, polite, and advanced in your daily life. Remember, practice is essential. To truly internalize this vocabulary, you need to use it. Here's a challenge. Today, when you speak to someone, try replacing one simple word or phrase with a more advanced alternative from this lesson. Perhaps instead of very good, you say outstanding. Instead of I don't know, you say I can't say with certainty. Every time you do this, you're building your C1 English brick by brick. Another important aspect of advanced English is how you manage emphasis. At the C1 level, you don't always have to rely on very or really to strengthen your points. Instead, you can use more precise and impactful words. For instance, instead of saying very hungry, you could say starving. Instead of really cold, you might say freezing. Instead of very big, you could say enormous or gigantic. Let's practice. I'm starving. It's freezing outside. The house was enormous. Perfect. Now, think of one simple sentence you use often, like, I'm very happy. At a C1 level, you could say, I'm delighted, I'm overjoyed, or I'm thrilled. These alternatives sound more natural and convey different shades of feeling. Here's a quick exercise. Imagine describing your weekend to a friend. Instead of saying, the concert was very good, try, the concert was phenomenal. Instead of, the restaurant was very bad, try, the restaurant was dreadful. By practicing this way, you train your brain to automatically reach for stronger vocabulary rather than basic words. Another step toward advanced fluency is mastering collocations, words that naturally pair together. For example, we say make a decision, not do a decision. We say strong coffee, not powerful coffee, and heavy rain, not big rain. These word partnerships are what make your English sound natural and fluid. Let's practice some collocations. Repeat after me, make progress. Catch a bus. Break the news. Keep a promise. Pay attention. Run a business. Excellent. Notice how naturally they sound? At the C1 level, learning collocations is often more important than memorizing individual words because they show how language actually functions in daily speech. Let's build a quick story using collocations. Listen and then repeat after me slowly. Yesterday, I made a decision to run a small business online. In the morning, I caught a bus into town to buy supplies. On the way, my friend called to break the news that she was moving abroad. I promised to keep in touch, and I paid attention to her every word. By the end of the day, I felt that I had made real progress. Excellent. That is a natural story filled with collocations you can use in your own conversations. At the C1 level, you also need to master hedging language, softening your statements to sound more polite, professional, or cautious. Instead of saying, "This is wrong," you might say, "I'm not sure that's entirely correct." Instead of, "You are late," you could say, "It seems you've arrived a bit later than expected." This type of language is common in academic, professional, and even casual settings because it sounds respectful and balanced. Let's practice some hedging phrases. Repeat after me, "I'm not entirely sure." "It seems that." "It appears to be." "From my perspective." "As far as I can tell." These phrases help you state your opinions without sounding too blunt or direct. This is especially useful in professional or international environments where politeness is key. Another tool for advanced speakers is mastering modal verbs for speculation and deduction. For instance, "He must be tired" indicates you are certain. "He might be tired" suggests it is possible. "He can't be tired" implies you think it is impossible. These slight adjustments make your English far more flexible and nuanced. Let's practice this in everyday contexts. Repeat after me, "She must be at work, the lights are on." "He might be busy, he hasn't answered his phone." "That can't be true, I saw it with my own eyes." Perfect. By practicing modals this way, you train yourself to express varying degrees of certainty and possibility, a vital skill for C1 English. Now, let's branch out into discourse markers. These are phrases used to organize ideas and make conversation sound natural. For example, "Frankly speaking, between you and me, if I'm honest, to be fair, in my opinion." These phrases make your English sound smooth and connected, much like a native speaker. Let's try some. Repeat after me, "Frankly speaking, I don't think that's the best idea." "Between you and me, I was a little nervous before the meeting." "To be fair, the movie wasn't as bad as people said." Excellent. These small touches add personality and flow to your speech and are a strong signal of advanced fluency. Finally, let's wrap everything up with a longer practice exercise. Imagine describing a recent challenge while aiming to sound confident and advanced. Repeat after me slowly. "Frankly speaking, last week was exhausting. I was absolutely overwhelmed with work. Nevertheless, I managed to make progress and complete my tasks on schedule. It seems that my colleagues appreciated my efforts, and I couldn't agree more that teamwork made all the difference. On the whole, it was a challenging week, but I feel delighted with what we achieved." Wonderful. Notice how this short narrative combines strong vocabulary, connectors, collocations, and hedging language. That is exactly how you reach C1 fluency. At the C1 level, a highly valuable skill is the ability to paraphrase. Paraphrasing means expressing the same idea in different ways based on the context. This is powerful because it demonstrates flexibility in communication. For example, if someone asks, "Do you understand?" you might typically say, "Yes, I understand." But at C1, you could say, "Yes, I follow your point," "Yes, I get what you mean," or "Yes, that makes sense to me." Each option conveys agreement but carries a slightly different tone, formal, casual, or neutral. This skill makes your English feel alive and adaptable. Let's practice. Repeat after me slowly, "I follow your point." "I get what you mean." "That makes sense to me." Good. Now, imagine a friend is explaining a new app to you. Instead of just saying "I understand," try one of these alternatives. This flexibility is the hallmark of an advanced speaker. Another dimension of C1 fluency is sophistication in expressing opinions. At lower levels, learners frequently repeat "I think." At C1, you can branch out with phrases such as, "In my view," "From my perspective," "As far as I'm concerned," "If you ask me," and "The way I see it." These alternatives enrich your English and help you avoid repetitive phrasing, which is key to advanced communication. Let's practice this. Repeat after me, "In my view, this approach is effective." "From my perspective, we should try something different." "As far as I'm concerned, learning English daily is the best strategy." "If you ask me, the book was better than the movie." The way I see it, practice leads to progress. Excellent. You now have 5 new ways to share your opinion without always defaulting to I think. We also need to focus on advanced time expressions, as these often pose a challenge. Rather than just using yesterday or last week, you can incorporate phrases like the other day, in the meantime, at the end of the day, or in the long run. These are extremely common among native speakers and give your speech a more authentic cadence. Let's practice. Repeat after me, I met her the other day. In the meantime, I'll keep working on this project. At the end of the day, we all want to be happy. In the long run, practice always pays off. Perfect. Try incorporating one of these expressions the next time you recount a story from your daily life. At the C1 level, fluency also hinges on mastering the subtle distinction between formal and informal registers. In casual chat, you might say, "Can you help me out?" In a professional setting, you might instead say, "Would you be able to assist me with this?" Both convey the same meaning, but the latter is more formal and polite. Being able to navigate these registers demonstrates advanced command of the language. Let's practice this. Repeat after me, "Can you help me out?" Now, repeat, "Would you be able to assist me with this?" Great. Now, picture 2 scenarios, one with a close friend and one with your boss. Which phrase would you select for each? This awareness of context is what makes your English sound sophisticated and appropriate. Another vital C1 area is expanding your range with phrasal verbs and their formal counterparts. For instance, instead of put off, you might use postpone. Instead of come up with, you could use devise. Instead of give up, you might use surrender. Instead of find out, you might say discover. Phrasal verbs are common in spoken English, while their single-word equivalents are more frequent in academic or professional contexts. A C1 learner can move fluidly between both. Let's try it. Repeat after me, "We had to put off the meeting." We had to postpone the meeting. She came up with a new idea. She devised a new idea. He gave up the fight. He surrendered the fight. Did you find out the answer? Did you discover the answer? Wonderful. Notice how each version carries a slightly different tone depending on the context, yet both are correct. That is the flexibility you want to achieve. At this stage, it's also important to practice storytelling with advanced connectors. Imagine you are describing a trip. At a basic level, you might say, "I went to Paris. I saw the Eiffel Tower. I took photos. I ate food." At C1, you would say, "Last summer, I had the opportunity to visit Paris, and needless to say, it was unforgettable. Not only did I see the Eiffel Tower, but I also explored hidden streets and charming cafes. Moreover, I captured dozens of photographs to keep as memories. And to top it all off, the food was absolutely exquisite." Do you hear the difference? The second version flows better, engages the listener, and paints a picture. Let's practice together, slowly. Repeat after me, "Last summer, I had the opportunity to visit Paris, and needless to say, it was unforgettable. Not only did I see the Eiffel Tower, but I also explored hidden streets and charming cafes. Moreover, I captured dozens of photographs to keep as memories. And to top it all off, the food was absolutely exquisite." Excellent. That's advanced level storytelling. Now, let's turn to another C1 essential, expressing cause and effect. Instead of always using because, you can use due to, owing to, as a result of, or thanks to. Instead of only using so, you can use therefore, thus, consequently, or hence. These connectors not only elevate your vocabulary but also make your sentences sound professional and polished. Practice with me. Repeat after me, "Due to the heavy rain, the match was cancelled. Owing to his dedication, he succeeded in his exams. As a result of the delay, the meeting was postponed. Thanks to her support, I felt more confident." Now, consider these alternatives. The team worked hard, therefore, they achieved success. The evidence was clear, thus, the case was closed. She didn't study, consequently, she failed. He was the eldest, hence, he took responsibility. Very good. These connectors are particularly useful in formal writing, essays, and debates. Finally, let's combine everything we've covered into a longer practice paragraph for you to shadow. Repeat after me slowly. In the long run, learning English daily will bring you closer to fluency. Owing to consistent practice, your confidence will steadily grow. Moreover, as a result of applying advanced vocabulary, you will begin to sound more natural and precise. At the end of the day, language is about connection, and needless to say, the more variety you have, the more deeply you can connect with others. Therefore, never stop challenging yourself, because every word you learn brings you one step closer to mastery. Excellent. That is advanced fluency in action. At the C1 level, you also need to practice how to emphasize contrast in your speech. Native speakers do this instinctively, giving their speech a dynamic, engaging quality. Rather than relying solely on but, you can incorporate terms like however, nevertheless, nonetheless, even so, or having said that. Using these adds depth and nuance to your English. Let's practice together. Repeat after me. I was feeling drained. However, I continued working until midnight. It was pouring, nevertheless, we took a stroll. She felt nervous, nonetheless, her presentation was outstanding. The strategy was risky. Even so, they chose to proceed. I typically prefer tea. Having said that, I don't mind the occasional coffee. Excellent. These aren't just for writing, using them in conversation highlights your command of linguistic subtlety. Another mark of C1 proficiency is expressing probability with precision. Instead of overusing maybe, try it's likely, it's probable, there's a good chance, it's doubtful, or it's highly unlikely. These phrases convey specific degrees of certainty, which is vital for academic, professional, and everyday discourse. Practice with me. Repeat after me. It's likely he'll be late. There's a good chance she'll win. It's doubtful they'll finish by the deadline. It's highly unlikely the shop is still open. Very good. Now, picture yourself forecasting tomorrow's weather. Instead of saying maybe it will rain, you could say, it's likely to rain tomorrow. This minor shift instantly makes your English sound more sophisticated. Now, let's look at advanced ways to express cause and intent. Instead of sticking with so that, try in order to, with the aim of, for the purpose of, or so as to. These structures make your sentences more complex, elegant, and natural at a C1 level. Repeat after me slowly. I studied diligently in order to pass the exam. She joined the group with the aim of meeting new people. They launched the initiative for the purpose of raising funds. He spoke carefully so as to ensure he was understood. Excellent. These alternatives provide more variety when explaining your intentions or reasons in daily speech. A major step toward advanced fluency is mastering synonyms that carry subtle variations in tone. Take the word important. Instead of using it repeatedly, try crucial, essential, vital, significant, or fundamental. Each term adds a layer of precision. For instance, it is crucial to be punctual. Exercise is essential for maintaining health. Water is vital to our survival. Education plays a significant role in our society. Integrity is a fundamental value. Let's practice together. Repeat after me. It is crucial to be punctual. Exercise is essential for maintaining health. Water is vital to our survival. Education plays a significant role in our society. Integrity is a fundamental value. Excellent. You now have 5 ways to avoid repetition and sound more advanced. Developing the ability to describe delicate emotions is equally important. Instead of saying I'm happy, try I'm content, I'm pleased, I'm cheerful, I'm delighted, or I'm thrilled. Instead of I'm sad, you might use I'm upset, I'm downhearted, I'm sorrowful, or I'm devastated. These words inject emotional color into your speech, which is exactly what advanced English demands. Let's shadow these together. Repeat after me. I'm content with my growth. I'm feeling cheerful today. I'm delighted to see you again. I'm thrilled about the news. I'm upset regarding the result. I'm devastated by the news. Great. Now, reflect on your own life and select one advanced emotional descriptor to explain your current mood. This type of personalization reinforces memory. Let's also focus on advanced storytelling using comparisons and contrasts. At a basic level, you might say, my town is large. At C1, you could say, compared to nearby towns, my city is significantly larger and more vibrant, though it can occasionally feel overcrowded. Notice how the second version doesn't just describe, it compares, contrasts, and adds specific detail. Repeat this after me slowly. Compared to nearby towns, my city is significantly larger and more vibrant, though it can occasionally feel overcrowded. Excellent. Now, take a simple statement about your own life and expand it by including a comparison or contrast. This is how you develop advanced fluency, step by step. Another area to work on is expressing varying degrees of opinion. At lower levels, learners often stick to I agree or I disagree. At C1, you can say, I agree to a certain extent, I agree up to a point, I generally agree, I strongly disagree, or I absolutely support that idea. These subtle shifts demonstrate your ability to handle complex discussions rather than relying on simple binary answers. Let's practice. Repeat after me, I agree to a certain extent. I generally agree. I strongly disagree. I absolutely support that idea. Excellent. Imagine you are in a meeting. Using these phrases makes you sound more sophisticated and self-assured. Finally, let's wrap up this section with a longer paragraph for you to shadow. Repeat after me slowly. In my view, developing an advanced vocabulary is essential for reaching C1 fluency. Compared to beginners, advanced learners can articulate subtle emotions, intricate opinions, and detailed stories. Nevertheless, this doesn't happen overnight, it demands consistent practice and repetition. As far as I'm concerned, the most effective way to attain this level is to incorporate new words into your daily speech until they become natural. Ultimately, fluency is not just about accuracy, it's about flexibility and confidence. Wonderful. This is exactly how your English will gain strength day by day. At the C1 level, one of the most noticeable shifts is your ability to sound persuasive. Persuasive language isn't just for debates, it's useful in everyday life when you want to convince someone, suggest an idea, or share a perspective. Instead of saying, I think this is good, you could say, there are several reasons why this approach is effective, or the evidence strongly suggests that this method works better. These expressions project confidence, structure, and logical reasoning. Let's practice some persuasive phrases together. Repeat after me. There are several reasons why this approach is effective. The evidence strongly suggests that this method works better. It's clear that the benefits outweigh the disadvantages. I firmly believe that consistent practice leads to fluency. Great. Picture yourself in a meeting or a relaxed chat with friends. These expressions give weight to your ideas without sounding overbearing. Another indicator of advanced fluency is the ability to speculate about the past, present, or future. Rather than sticking to direct statements, use advanced modal verbs like might have, could have, should have, or would have. For example, he might have forgotten to call, they could have arrived earlier, I should have prepared more thoroughly, or she would have assisted if she had known. These forms let you discuss possibilities, regrets, and hypothetical scenarios, a hallmark of high-level communication. Let's practice this carefully. Repeat after me, he might have forgotten to call. They could have arrived earlier. I should have prepared more thoroughly. She would have assisted if she had known. Excellent. Now, think of a situation from your past and describe it using one of these modal forms. This type of reflection solidifies your ability to use grammar naturally at the C1 level. Another skill that separates advanced learners is paraphrasing. Imagine being in a conversation where you need to explain the same idea in a different way. At C1, you can do this fluidly without repeating yourself. For instance, instead of "it's very important to practice," you could say, "Practice plays a vital role." Regular practice is essential. Consistent practice is the key to progress. Each sentence conveys the same meaning using different structures and vocabulary. Let's shadow these together. Repeat after me slowly. Practice plays a vital role. Regular practice is essential. Consistent practice is the key to progress. Excellent. This flexibility is a clear sign that you are approaching C1 fluency. Now, let's explore the art of using emphasis through inversion. Inversion occurs when you alter the standard word order to highlight a point, which is common in advanced English. For example, never have I witnessed such a beautiful sunset. Rarely do we get the chance to experience something like that. Only after studying every day did I feel truly confident. These structures sound natural at higher levels and make your speech far more impactful. Let's try it. Repeat after me. Never have I witnessed such a beautiful sunset. Rarely do we get the chance to experience something like that. Only after studying every day did I feel truly confident. Excellent. These advanced structures not only make your English sound more dramatic but also provide a polished, native-like style. At the C1 level, mastering conditionals with nuance is also critical. Instead of basic patterns like "if it rains, I'll stay home," you'll want to practice mixed and advanced conditionals. For example, "If I had studied harder, I would be more confident now," or "if she had left earlier, she might have caught the train." These sentences link the past to the present or future to describe imaginary outcomes. Let's practice slowly. Repeat after me. If I had studied harder, I would be more confident now. If she had left earlier, she might have caught the train. Great. Now, mentally create your own example, perhaps regarding a missed opportunity or a different way you could have prepared, and say it out loud. The more you do this, the more natural these advanced conditionals will become. Another advanced technique is mastering emphasis through cleft sentences. Instead of saying, "I liked the movie," you could say, "What I really liked was the movie." Instead of "she helped me the most," you could say, "It was she who helped me the most." These structures add focus, making your statements more dramatic and firm. Let's shadow them. Repeat after me. What I really liked was the movie. It was she who helped me the most. What I need right now is a break. It was the teacher who encouraged me to continue. Excellent. Notice how these sentences spotlight specific parts of your message. That is the type of flexibility advanced learners require. Finally, let's close this section with a practice story that combines persuasion, speculation, inversion, and emphasis. Repeat after me slowly. Never have I felt such excitement as when I finally reached my English goals. What I realized was that consistent daily practice truly makes a difference. If I had given up earlier, I would not be speaking fluently now. There are several reasons why practice is so effective. It builds confidence, it improves accuracy, and it establishes habits. Only after months of daily training did I understand how powerful these small steps were. Ultimately, fluency is not about talent, it's about persistence. Excellent. This is the kind of storytelling that clearly demonstrates C1 level mastery. At this stage, a major strength is your ability to add nuance when agreeing or disagreeing. Instead of just saying "I agree" or "I disagree," you can convey varying levels of consensus. For example, "I agree with you to a large extent." "I agree with you in principle, but..." "I can see where you're coming from, however, I view it differently." These phrases allow you to engage in discussions with greater depth and flexibility, particularly in academic or professional settings. Let's practice slowly. Repeat after me. I agree with you to a large extent. I agree with you in principle, but... I can see where you're coming from, however, I view it differently. Very good. Notice how these phrases make you sound thoughtful and diplomatic, rather than simply giving a yes or no response. Another area where C1 learners shine is handling abstract topics. You aren't just limited to talking about your daily routine, you can discuss concepts like success, freedom, technology, or education with complexity. For instance, instead of saying, success is important, you could say, success is often measured by wealth and status, but in my opinion, true success is found in personal growth and happiness. That longer version shows your ability to explain, expand, and support ideas with detail. This is exactly what advanced communication requires. Let's shadow this. Repeat after me. Success is often measured by wealth and status, but in my opinion, true success is found in personal growth and happiness. Excellent. Now, think about a broader topic like education or technology and attempt to expand your thoughts into 2 or 3 sentences rather than just one. This practice is what elevates your English from B2 to C1. Another feature of advanced English is the use of adjectives and adverbs that carry precise, subtle meanings. For example, instead of saying, he spoke loudly, you could say, he spoke assertively. Instead of, she answered quickly, you could say, she answered promptly. Instead of, they worked hard, you could say, they worked diligently. Each word adds character and paints a clearer picture. Practice with me. Repeat after me, he spoke assertively. She answered promptly. They worked diligently. Very good. Notice how these words feel more exact than their simpler alternatives. When you master these choices, you begin to sound like someone with a genuine command of the language. At the C1 level, you should also master subtle expressions of contrast and balance. For instance, on the one hand, learning vocabulary is time-consuming, on the other hand, it's essential for fluency. Or, while technology connects us, it can also isolate us. These balanced structures are useful for showing multiple sides of an issue, which is an advanced communication skill. Let's practice. Repeat after me. On the one hand, learning vocabulary is time-consuming. On the other hand, it's essential for fluency. While technology connects us, it can also isolate us. Excellent. Next time you discuss a topic, try to include both perspectives. It will immediately make you sound more advanced and reflective. Another key skill is using softening language to be polite. Instead of saying you are wrong, you might say, I'm not entirely convinced by that argument. Instead of you need to do this, you could say, you might want to consider doing this. These small adjustments make your communication smoother and more respectful, a clear sign of advanced fluency. Repeat after me, I'm not entirely convinced by that argument. You might want to consider doing this. It seems to me that there could be another way. Perfect. Try using one of these phrases next time you offer advice or respond to a disagreement. Now, let's practice advanced storytelling. Imagine describing a challenge you faced. At a basic level, you might say, I had a work problem and I fixed it. At C1, you could expand, not long ago, I faced a significant challenge at work when our project was delayed. At first, I was frustrated, but I reminded myself that setbacks are part of the learning process. Consequently, I reorganized my schedule, delegated tasks more effectively, and ultimately, the project was completed successfully. The experience taught me resilience and time management, skills I now value greatly. Let's shadow this story slowly. Repeat after me. Not long ago, I faced a significant challenge at work when our project was delayed. At first, I was frustrated, but I reminded myself that setbacks are part of the learning process. Consequently, I reorganized my schedule, delegated tasks more effectively, and ultimately, the project was completed successfully. The experience taught me resilience and time management, skills I now value greatly. Excellent. This type of storytelling is what you need to practice regularly to sound like a C1 learner. Finally, let's conclude this section with a practice paragraph that includes advanced connectors, emotions, and nuanced opinions. Repeat after me slowly. In today's world, it is undeniable that learning English is a crucial skill. While it can sometimes feel overwhelming, the long-term benefits are enormous. On the one hand, it requires daily effort. On the other hand, it opens doors to education, career advancement, and international friendships. From my perspective, it's not just about vocabulary or grammar, but about the confidence to express who you truly are. Ultimately, fluency is not about perfection, it's about communication, connection, and growth. Excellent. That is exactly what advanced fluency feels like: rich, expressive, and human. At the C1 level, one of the most useful skills is explaining cause and effect with nuance. Instead of always using because, you can broaden your language by using given that, owing to the fact that, in light of, or considering that. For example, the meeting was cancelled because of the weather could become, the meeting was cancelled owing to the fact that the storm made travel impossible. Or, in light of the new regulations, the company had to change its strategy. These phrases make your speech longer, more complex, and more professional. Let's practice together. Repeat after me. The meeting was cancelled owing to the fact that the storm made travel impossible. In light of the new regulations, the company had to change its strategy. Considering that she was ill, it was understandable that she stayed home. Excellent. Using these structures will give you the flexibility to write essays, participate in debates, and speak confidently in formal settings. Another C1 skill is using emphasis to highlight contrast through advanced structures. Instead of saying it's important, you can use phrases like what is essential is, the key point is, or the most striking thing is. These cleft-style sentences direct the listener's attention to what matters most. Repeat after me. What is essential is that we practice every day. The key point is that fluency takes time. The most striking thing is how quickly your English improves when you practice consistently. Perfect. Notice how these structures give weight to your ideas and make you sound more persuasive. We should also focus on advanced linking phrases that create logical flow. Instead of relying solely on and or but, try in addition to that, what's more, on top of that, over and above that, and furthermore. Imagine telling someone about a trip. A basic version: I went to Rome. I saw the Colosseum. I ate pizza. At C1, you could say, I went to Rome, and in addition to that, I had the chance to see the Colosseum, which was breathtaking. What's more, the pizza I ate there was some of the best I've ever tasted. Practice with me. Repeat after me slowly. In addition to that, I had the chance to see the Colosseum. What's more, the pizza I ate there was some of the best I've ever tasted. Furthermore, I met new friends who made the trip unforgettable. Excellent. Do you hear how these transitions make the story flow more naturally? Another hallmark of advanced fluency is the ability to make concessions. Making a concession means acknowledging one side of an argument while maintaining your position. Instead of just saying, I disagree, you might say, well, I see your point, I still believe that, or although that's true to some extent, I would argue that. These phrases make you sound diplomatic, respectful, and self-assured. Let's practice. While I see your point, I still believe that practice is essential. Although that's true to some extent, I would argue that vocabulary must also be a priority. Great. These are the types of sentences that will impress in exams, discussions, and professional contexts. At this level, descriptive precision is also vital. Let's work with advanced adjectives to describe people. Instead of he's nice, you could say he's considerate, he's compassionate, he's approachable, or he's charismatic. Instead of she's smart, you could say she's insightful, she's innovative, or she's perceptive. These words expand your vocabulary and provide tools to describe personality with greater detail. Repeat after me. He's considerate. He's compassionate. She's perceptive. She's innovative. Very good. Now, think of a friend or a teacher and try to describe them using one of these advanced adjectives instead of a simple one. This personalization helps the words stay in your memory. Let's also use advanced adverbs, as they often bring sentences to life. Instead of she answered quickly, you might say she answered promptly. Instead of he worked hard, you could say he worked tirelessly. Instead of they reacted slowly, you might say they reacted reluctantly. These adverbs show not just the action, but the manner and emotion behind it, the detail that C1 English thrives on. Practice with me. Repeat after me. She answered promptly. He worked tirelessly. They reacted reluctantly. Excellent. Adding adverbs like these will make your speech vivid and powerful. Now, let's combine everything into a longer storytelling passage. Repeat after me slowly. Although I was reluctant to join the meeting at first, I eventually agreed, considering that my team needed my support. What was essential was not just my presence, but my active contribution. In light of the tight deadlines, we worked tirelessly to complete the project on time. Furthermore, each team member showed remarkable dedication. On top of that, our manager was considerate and gave us encouragement throughout. Ultimately, although the task was exhausting, the results were truly rewarding. Excellent. This is how your storytelling skills become richer and more advanced with every practice. At the C1 level, one of the most powerful tools you can use is precision in describing attitudes and opinions. Instead of always saying, "I like it," you could say, "I genuinely admire it, I deeply appreciate it," or "I'm particularly fond of it." Instead of "I don't like it," you might say, "I find it unappealing, it doesn't resonate with me," or "I'm not especially enthusiastic about it." These phrases add nuance and prevent your speech from sounding repetitive. Let's practice together. Repeat after me slowly. I genuinely admire it. I deeply appreciate it. I'm particularly fond of it. I find it unappealing. It doesn't quite resonate with me. I'm not particularly enthusiastic about it. Excellent. Now, think of a movie, song, or book you've recently encountered. Try to share your thoughts on it using one of these sophisticated expressions rather than sticking to a basic "I liked it" or "I didn't." Another hallmark of C1 level fluency is the ability to articulate uncertainty with nuance. Let's look at that. Instead of just saying, "I don't know," you might try, "I'm not entirely certain, it remains unclear, the answer currently escapes me," or "I can't say with absolute confidence." These alternatives help you sound polished and professional while demonstrating your command of complex communication. Practice with me. Repeat after me. I'm not entirely certain. It remains unclear. The answer currently escapes me. I can't say with absolute confidence. Perfect. Imagine yourself in a classroom or a professional meeting. These phrases allow you to engage in the dialogue without sounding abrupt or limited. At this stage, you should also aim to master advanced vocabulary regarding cause and effect. Rather than relying solely on "so," you can use "as a consequence," "as a result," "thereby," or "accordingly." For example, she studied diligently, thereby improving her chances of success, or the company invested in professional training, and accordingly, employee performance increased. While common in academic writing, these are equally natural in a professional setting. Repeat after me. She studied diligently, thereby improving her chances of success. The company invested in professional training, and accordingly, employee performance increased. As a result of these changes, clients felt more satisfied. Excellent. These expressions will immediately add a layer of sophistication to your English. Another essential skill is the ability to evaluate ideas using balanced, nuanced language. Instead of saying "that's good," you could say, "That's a valid point, that's a reasonable observation," or "That's a well-founded argument." Instead of "that's bad," try, "That's questionable, that's debatable," or "That's not entirely convincing." These expressions demonstrate critical thinking, a requirement for high-level conversations. Let's practice together. Repeat after me. That's a valid point. That's a reasonable observation. That's a well-founded argument. That's questionable. That's debatable. That's not entirely convincing. Great. Imagine participating in a debate or a seminar. These sentences allow you to respond respectfully while clearly articulating your own perspective. Now, let's explore advanced techniques for storytelling. Rather than always using "then" or "after that," try incorporating "subsequently," "eventually," "in the aftermath," or "ultimately." For instance, the team worked day and night, subsequently, they finished the project ahead of schedule, or he encountered many obstacles, but ultimately, he reached his goal. These transitions help you structure your narratives with greater variety, a key skill for advanced fluency. Practice with me. Repeat after me. Subsequently, they completed the project ahead of schedule. In the aftermath of the crisis, people came together to support one another. Eventually, everything worked out. Ultimately, he achieved his goal. Excellent. Using these in your daily storytelling will immediately make you sound more proficient. At the C1 level, you also need to master expressions of contrast using concession clauses. For example, although it was difficult, we managed to succeed, even though I was exhausted, I kept going, or despite the challenges, we completed the work. Furthermore, in spite of his limited experience, he performed well. These structures demonstrate that you can seamlessly balance two opposing ideas. Let's practice. Repeat after me. Although it was difficult, we managed to succeed. Even though I was exhausted, I kept going. Despite the challenges, we completed the work. In spite of his limited experience, he performed well. Wonderful. These structures are common in academic essays, professional discourse, and advanced conversation. Finally, let's synthesize everything into a longer practice narrative. Repeat after me slowly. Although the situation was uncertain, the team worked diligently to find solutions. In the aftermath of the initial setback, they reorganized their approach. Subsequently, new strategies were implemented, and as a result, performance improved significantly. While it remained unclear at first whether the project would succeed, it ultimately exceeded expectations. What impressed me most was not just the outcome, but the resilience everyone displayed throughout. At the end of the day, it was a valid reminder that persistence, even when facing challenges, leads to meaningful progress. Excellent. This is how you integrate advanced connectors, vocabulary, and nuance into a single, fluent passage. At the C1 level, fluency also involves handling speculation about the future with natural phrasing. Instead of saying maybe it will happen, you could say, it's quite possible that it will happen, there's every likelihood that it will take place, or it seems probable that it will occur. These structures are staples of news reporting, professional meetings, and academic prose. Practice with me. Repeat after me slowly. It's quite possible that it will happen. There's every likelihood that it will take place. It seems probable that it will occur. Excellent. Notice how these expressions sound polished and authoritative. This is exactly the tone you need at an advanced level. Another skill that distinguishes you is the ability to describe trends and shifts. Rather than always saying it's getting better or it's getting worse, you can say it is on the rise, it is in decline, it has been steadily improving, or it has been gradually deteriorating. These expressions allow you to discuss social issues, technology, health, or any broad topic with high-level precision. Let's practice together. Repeat after me. The use of renewable energy is on the rise. Traditional bookstores are in decline. My English has been steadily improving since I started daily practice. The situation has been gradually deteriorating over the past few months. Excellent. These are the types of phrases that add depth to your discussions and writing. Now, let's strengthen your ability to express conditions and outcomes more sophisticatedly. Instead of always using if, consider provided that, as long as, on condition that, or supposing that. For example, you can succeed provided that you work consistently, or I'll join you on the condition that we finish early. These structures reveal grammatical flexibility and variety, both clear indicators of C1 fluency. Practice with me. Repeat after me. You can succeed provided that you work consistently. I'll join you on the condition that we finish early. Supposing that it rains tomorrow, what will we do? Very good. These minor adjustments elevate your English from simple to advanced. Finally, let's practice a full storytelling segment that incorporates advanced connectors, conditionals, and subtle phrasing. Repeat after me slowly. Supposing that we never practiced daily, our progress would be slow and frustrating. On the other hand, provided that we commit to even a small amount of English every day, the results can be astonishing. My own experience has shown that vocabulary builds steadily, and grammar becomes clearer with constant use. In light of this, I firmly believe that fluency is within everyone's reach, as long as persistence becomes a habit. Excellent. That is advanced fluency in action. Now, before we conclude, let me remind you of something essential. C1 fluency is not built overnight. It is cultivated step by step, word by word, and sentence by sentence. Every time you practice, every time you repeat, and every time you challenge yourself to swap a simple phrase for a more sophisticated one, you move closer to your goal. You possess the capability. Now, you simply need consistency and confidence. Thank you so much for joining me for this masterclass. I hope you practiced along, repeated the examples, and felt your English expand into new realms of fluency. If you enjoyed this lesson and would like to see more, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss new videos designed to help you grow your English step by step. Your support is deeply appreciated, and together, we will continue building your confidence until advanced English feels like second nature to you. So, keep practicing, keep believing in your potential, and remember, every word you master brings you one step closer to your objective. Take care, stay motivated, and I look forward to seeing you in our next lesson.